All right, we are logged into the provider portal where we're going to take a look at the first two recommended steps, which is completing the program information form and the client roster. So as you see with the client roster, it says, although you have the option to enter client names for easier reference to you and your team, the evaluators will only have access to automatically generated client IDs when they log into eTMACT. So know that only whoever logs in with the login email and the password the team sets up are the only ones who will see that information, as we're going to get to shortly. Let's first go to the program information page. So all of these pages, they're forms, and how you edit the form is you go and look for the edit button up on top. For this form, Letitia's already gone through and pretty much completed it. You'll see its basic information, but also there's some questions asking about the funding source for the team, approximately how much monthly funding per client, is the payment paid through a fee-for-service, bundled case rate, and then also the length of authorization. The reason this information is asked about is because it can provide some important context for the evaluators to understand that may be relevant to understanding why practice is happening in the way it is. So we'll hit save. And to go back to that landing page with the directions and the steps, you would click the name of the team right here. So now let's take a look at the client roster. The client roster is where the team inputs each client enrolled in ACT. The team is to decide the parameters of who is considered enrolled. There's a firewall again built into the system where only those logged in will see the information as it is here. Everybody else, the evaluators, the eTMACT authors, area administrators, would only see these IDs that the system generates and assigns. This roster has been already filled out with the exception of a few names. So let's add clients. Again, there is an option to go ahead and just put the whole name here, but the last name is limited to those two first letters. You cannot type anything more. The team is asked to submit, for now, the enrollment month and year. This is something we're looking to update to make it less burdensome for teams to track down such specific information. This information is asked for two purposes. One, it helps us understand how long the individual has been served by the team, so what we refer to as length of stay. But also, it helps us identify individuals who have been served by the team fewer than 3 months, as those individuals will not be part of the random chart selection pool. So you would click the month and the year, this individual enrolled on ACT, and ignore this question unless you're a provider in North Carolina. Save, and you'll see the name here, so we'll add a couple more. Also know that, again, you can choose to just enter initial, first two initials, whatever the team feels most comfortable with. We have firewalls set up to hide this information from others as well. Teams that wanted to be even more protective of the information could go ahead and even do numbers. where you create an ID that gets associated with the client's name. Once you're done adding, you go ahead. It says null here, by the way, because you're not filling this out, as this Northern Act team is not located in North Carolina for the sake of this exercise. Now we have everyone. And you can sort if you want in different ways. Also, you can edit, which will be an important function. So say we decided we actually don't want those full names, so let's fix that here. And I don't know why that happened. Also, if you entered somebody by mistake, you can go ahead and delete. The system will prompt you to indicate why. Part of the reason for this is because a handy feature of eTMACT is that many teams undergo several reviews over time. So the next time evaluators approach to review this team, they can migrate over the roster from the previous review, and then they need to review it and remove individuals who have been since discharged and add in anyone admitted to the team since that last review. So we'll just say discharge from the team, and that removes that individual. So that is how the client roster is set up.